Hey. Okay, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Everyone on the YouTube live chat as well. Okay, cool. Amazing stuff. Today we have this little news event at 1:30, which means we're gonna see some pips. So exciting day today, exciting day ahead of us. We're gonna see some volatility in the markets during this month of December. In a way, that's a blessing. So let's count our blessings today and let's catch these pips. Let's go on the weekly. Let's see what the weekly is doing now. Honestly, just took yesterday off because of my eyes, just from trading, and I feel like I've missed out on so much. So let's look at what the weekly is doing at this point now. Let's quickly just see the upper wick we have on the weekly candle. So obviously the previous candle actually closed as an undecisive candle, so we had a rejection from the lows as well as the top side. So what this rejection could be is that obviously it broke the lows of the previous candle, so it potentially formed a new low at this point, right? And then this can technically just become that pullback. And so now again, potentially this current candle is just coming up to retest these highs to go all the way down to have some sort of wick fill. Either that or we're forming a bottom wick. So usually when we do form a bottom wick, we come down to this level here, and then from there we start to bounce up. So this will be our crucial area that we should look out for. And you guys can see we did tap into this and we're starting to see some sort of rejections now. So at this point, honestly, if this becomes a pullback area, you're going to see a lot of momentum to the top side. You're going to see this area here being respected and not being broken. So we saw that happen actually. Look at that. This is exactly what happened over here. So we came down to the same area on 07 December, and this was your pullback area, right? So now we are very close to approaching this area. So at this point now, this candle here is really massive. It's literally broken the lows of the structure, or at this point now, again, structure lows are over here because this is where you got the next leg up from. So until we actually start to break below this, we're still just in an uptrend, if that makes sense. We're still forming higher highs and higher lows. So look at the daily candle now. Let's see how much the daily candle has moved. Altogether is moved about 134 pips. So now honestly, what I'm thinking is what can happen is with the unemployment claims, which is at about 1:30 when our session opens, we might just see some sort of push either to the top side to start the descent, or we might see some sort of push to the downside, grab some liquidity below this 772, and then from there start to push back up. So either way, I think we can capitalize on a nice position today. Look at the structure on the 30 minutes as well at this point now. You've had really massive candles. You've had literally no pullback whatsoever. So the previous candle actually did try to pull back. It done a pullback all the way up to this area. So let's just quickly mark this candle as well, because it is crucial at this point now. We're looking to see if we can kind of like find out some sort of pullback area, so we can play based off that area. So if you just mark this line, change the color to red because it is not a key area. The key areas are yellow, the red is just a area. Wait, by the way, I'm trying to find out where my chat is. I can't see the chat on OBS today. Oh, there we go. Hi all. Hey, what's up, Amir? How's everyone doing? Everyone good? And guys, honestly today I'm expecting some big moves, big moves. Unemployment claims are coming at 1:30, so hopefully around that time we can see some more volatility kick in. But gold has been dropping today. Look at gold. It's been such a beast. 130 pips down, and we do know that it moves about 200 pips in one direction, so we still got about 70 pips. So we can even see some pullbacks and then from there start to drop down. So we could easily capitalize on 100 pips. So look, we're kind of like turning this area into some sort of pullback area now, forming some sort of resistance here now. So again, looking at everything, we are forming lower lows and lower highs. Broke out of the structure lows over here, violated the structure lows. This is where you had a lot of liquidity as well, because you were literally within this consolidation. Look at that. Broke out of this, and then we had a massive drop. So now what happens is, when you get something like this, with the fundamental factors in play, you can keep on dropping. You're not expecting any sort of like sustainable price action to form, and then from there look to take gold down. So, but the safest thing to do will be, in order for me to actually execute on a sell position, let these lows over here get violated first, After that, see how gold reacts around this area. From here, does it want to start pushing all the way to the top side to potentially come up to retest 1778, or like what's the purpose of gold actually dropping down now? Because again, as I said on the weekly, at the moment we are very close to this crucial area. This crucial area can potentially turn into that pullback area, so we can start to just, you know, this whole move down can just be forming a bonk wick to start pushing all the way to the top side. Because look at your previous candle, it is undecisive. It's an undecisive candle, but again, what it has done is formed new lows because it broke the lows of the previous candle. So potentially, because it formed new lows, it started to reject to come up to potentially have some sort of pullback. So it technically could have just been pulling back because it didn't close bullish at the end of the day. The highs are still up there. We haven't violated the highs either. And every time we usually do reject off of here, look, last time we rejected off of here, we came all the way down to this level. So same level, we're retesting again now. Let's just see what happens. Honestly, if we do start breaking below this, as I said, this is a liquidity zone right here. We have a lot of liquidity below this. If we do start to reject below this, start breaking below this, this will be the next area I'll be looking out for to potentially see if we can capitalize on a buy position from down here, because it makes sense, right? Nice push below this after grabbing liquidity, and then from there hopefully see some sort of either retest of this, start turning this area over here into some sort of resistance, or just start pushing up, start breaking above 772 and start turning into some sort of support. And something like this can play out as well. So honestly, again, with sells right now, looking at the structure, we've dropped way too much for me to actually take a sell position right now, because it's too low for me to actually execute on a sell position. Looking at the daily time frame as well, literally on the intraday time frame, you can see you have this rejection coming up. You have literally rejected off of this level twice on the daily time frame, so it doesn't make sense to actually capitalize on a sell position from up here. So you would want to see that confirmation first. I would want to see break of structure, which is obviously below this level here. After that, I would want to see a retest to take it down. Until then, I'm just sitting on my hands. This level here has been respected once, so if we do start breaking above this, we do have to ask a question. If we do start doing that, the question we have to ask is that why are we doing that? Why are we starting to break above this? Because this is technically turning into your pullback area. You can see this was respected as support previously. This was also respected here as a resistance level. So we can see in the past as well, this area here has held. So we do understand that it is a strong area. It's not just something which price is reacting to now. Price has reacted to the same area previously as well. Again, look at that, support, resistance. And usually when you do turn this area into some sort of pullback area, price comes all the way down to our level, which is 69, and then from there it starts to bounce all the way back up. So for me to actually capitalize on a sell position, it becomes a bit tricky now. From either I would want to see some sort of double top being formed here, this pullback area that we have at 7.8, or I would want to see this area here being turned into some sort of support. And from there, honestly, what we can do is we can start looking at this level here. I think 81 will make more sense to capitalize sells from. Yeah, honestly, I would want to see this whole 4 hours start to retrace all the way back. If we start turning 78 into some sort of support, this area should really hold if we're going to start seeing sells playing out. I'm just going to mark this out because this is where you usually see the rejections from. I'm just going to put a rectangle here. So just to be on the safer side, this is literally our sell zone now. If you start going above this, yeah, you do have this area here. Potentially can turn into some sort of pullback area. So we're just going to mark it as well, just to be on the safer side. And I'm going to change that color to red. But honestly, what I'm thinking is, either we're going to come up here, from here, take the sells, or even buys from up here, or even buys from down there. So either I'm looking for buy position from down here, or I'm looking for a buy position from up here, or I'm looking for sells. Sells can play out from literally up here. Sells can play out all the way from up here as well. So that's for sells. For buys, from down here, sells from up there, because I don't want to sell just yet. Unless, let's say we get something like break of structure, retest, then we can take sells from down here as well. But there will be a lot of waiting though. We'll have to wait a little bit today. Doesn't make to take any sort of sells when gold is at all-time lows. Honestly, it doesn't make any sort of sense. Yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Let's look at the structure on the hourly as well, see how the hourly is looking. Look at that, it's all just massive bearish candles. You haven't even seen one pullback candle, so you at least want to see a pullback candle. So this could just be the pullback candle now after respecting the support area. Potentially could be. But again, where is the liquidity now? Liquidity to the top side is all the way above here, above 87. And liquidity to the downside is all the way down here. So what can we expect with employment claims? We can expect some sort of push. So when we do see that push, guess what? We're going to be grabbing liquidity. If we do start to violate the structural laws, at that point we can expect a really big move. So with news, we're expecting gold needs some sort of like help right now to grab liquidity. That's what I'm expecting from the news, some sort of liquidity grab. After that, the actual move is going to come around, probably around 2 o'clock in my opinion. But let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. How's everyone doing? Kays, Paul, Ange, you guys good?
We're good this morning.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Oh, okay, amazing.
I hope you and Ange both are feeling better today.
Do you know what? Like, honestly, yesterday, I was not feeling well whatsoever. I wanted to actually, like, literally go live as well, but I got, like, literally, I think 4 hours of sleep. Even tonight, I didn't sleep much either. I think I must have gone, like, 5 hours in, but I guess better than yesterday, right? Is a progress. That's all we're here for. Progress. But also another thing is, like, literally I've had 2 pair of glasses. Like, this was literally made for because I'm always looking at screens, so it had, like, you know, protection for UV lights, and I've lost it now, so my eyes have been just burning recently, and that's giving me like migraines as well. So I'm trying to get new glasses now. Hopefully I can get that sorted. But look at that, guys. This area here being respected as a pullback area so far. You gotta understand the structural laws are all the way down there, haven't violated the structural laws. What makes sense on the daily time frame? Well, either we're just coming down to form the bottom wick down here to start pushing up. Let's look at your monthly candle at this point as well. Look at your monthly candle, still in a way undecisive. So this can literally just, because you got to understand now, on the monthly, you have formed highs, you have formed lows. So this can technically just be a pullback to start going up to retest highs, unless you start breaking the lows, unless you start turning this mid-range into some sort of resistance. You are going up, right? We are quite bullish on gold, and I don't see gold coming down to 50 anytime soon, because there's just not much momentum in the markets today. So I think this is just going to be our range. I don't think monthly is even going to form new highs or lows, to be honest, unless CPI does something crazy. CPI can do that, to be honest. Remember, Paul, we caught like, I think 200 pips in 10 seconds last CPI, you remember?
No, I can't remember that CPI, dude, but I definitely remember the NFP.
No, the NFP, we only caught about like 70, 80 pips or maybe 100 pips. But I remember CPI, I caught like 200 pips in a couple of seconds. It was insane. I was so happy, man. Yes, we did. Yeah, Andrew remembers. But how's everyone on the YouTube live stream? How are you guys? Honestly, I'm excited for tomorrow. That's where I'm looking to actually do some damage tomorrow, honestly, with CPI. Even today we can potentially see something. But how's everyone doing though? How's everyone on the YouTube live chat? I remember CPI. Yeah, Omar remembers CPI. Yeah. That was an insane day. I was like, oh snap, I'm up like 200 pips in literally 10 seconds. I was losing it. I was like, I'm closing half. And my magic keys froze as well. Oh, it was insane. Do you know what, guys? I'm gonna get another challenge account soon as well, with my Forex funds, because my aim is to get as much capital as possible before Feb, because Feb, that's when your volume starts to return back to the markets, and then that's basically when you start to make a lot of money. So before that, like, my aim is to just get as much funding as possible. We've got some other plans coming up as well for community. We'll let you guys know in the near future. Some really exciting stuff coming up, to be honest. Yeah, been looking at MFF myself. Honestly, like, do you know what it is with FTMO? What's throwing me off is the leverage. You really can't make big money with FTMO. Let's say if you got like 400k account, cool. Like 1% is 4k. Like that's the only way to actually make big money with FTMO, is like just start upping your capital. Leverage they should give you a little bit more leverage on the swing account as well. But at the end of the day, it is a swing account. It's not really for us scalpers, is it? So But with MFF is, I think, is more suitable for my trading style, because I like to kind of like stay consistent with the risk as well. Let's say, as an example, right, if my 1% was $2,000, I would like to keep the loss and the win ratio consistent. With FTMO, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Especially when you're using magic keys, it's never gonna let you execute a position. It doesn't even let you risk 1%, even if you was in like a 1 or 2% drawdown. That's exactly what happened to me when I had done the first FTMO challenge. I was like, what's happening? Why can I not execute? And I was like, I'm upping it to 2% risk as well. I'm like, and like I'm getting winning trades as well. So with MFF, the challenge is gonna be really, really easy to pass, in my opinion. Only 8% probably can do it in a week, because of leverage. That's the thing. Leverage. It's probably going to be able to let us risk about 2%, 3%. But I'm going to go for the smaller account first. I'm going to go for the 100k account first. First, I'm going to try it out, and then after, I'll go for the bigger account. Mate, you picked the wrong FTMO challenge. I passed FTMO in 3 days stage 1. You went for swing. Do you know what it is? With the other one, you can't trade news. And I do like trading news. That's the thing. With the other one, you can't trade news, you can't hold your trades, and there's just so many restrictions, man. I don't like that. I don't like restrictions. I just want freedom when I'm trading, because I'm used to trading my own capital. It's just recently I've gotten into, like, you know, funding companies and whatnot. But it makes sense. It makes sense. They gotta protect their capital somehow. It makes a lot of sense, honestly. Look at this now, starting to reject once again. So this is technically now becoming your pullback. That's what we are expecting, because why is it becoming your pullback? You've tapped into this support area. But again, I don't see any sort of liquidity in the market just yet. So I'll still be extra careful now. But if you do start clearing this area here, which is our 79 area, and start seeing some sort of support being built up here, some sort of rejections from down here, and then start again pulling back down to this area, start forming higher highs, high lows above this, I can really see us coming up. Honestly, can see that working out for sure. Until then, honestly, just expecting a pullback now, because you've had such a massive drop. It needs to be corrected. There is some sort of requirement, some sort of correction is required, basically. At least 50%. So even if it was back to our zone around 1781, that would be amazing. From there, take a sell position. It makes a lot of sense. But it really depends on how much momentum there is to the top side as well. You would not want to see like one massive engulfing bullish candle, just engulfing everything to the left. At that point, it doesn't become a pullback. This was your retracement. This was a bottom wick being formed on the daily. And now you're going to start doing the actual move, which is going to be moved to the top side, right? And look at that. The target can be 1793 potentially if it plays out, because wick fill. First target will be the daily highs, and then next target will be the previous daily highs. Wicks are destinations. That's what wicks are. So can see something nice playing out today. You guys gotta understand, this is gold. For gold to actually move up 200 pips is nothing. It's nothing whatsoever. But just gonna have to wait and see what CPI does. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take out this position as well. I've got this low sell position running, just one lot for some time now. I'm just going to take it out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just input some more risk on magic keys, and let's see if we can do some damage today. You guys gotta understand, once like you have some sort of buffer on your account, you can hold so many positions. Like literally, do you know what, I don't even want to say this, but around this time, like on like one of my accounts, I don't even put stop losses. I'm not gonna lie to you, around this time, because you're not expecting any sort of crazy moves. That's really dangerous, by the way, but it depends what sort of buffer you have. It's not something like, you know, I'm telling you guys to do, just keep that in your mind. I'm just telling you what I do on one of my accounts around this time. So probably around December, I'll do that, and then I'll go back to using stop losses. But that's just tiny account, yeah? Not the big accounts. You always have to use stop losses on your big accounts, always. I don't know if someone else does that as well. Like around this time, don't even put any stop losses. What's up, D? Hey, what's up, Scotty? What's happening? What's up, Taylor? VOH for your information. What's that? What's VOH? I don't know what that is. Whoa. Okay, cool. Again, look at this area just turning into some sort of rejection now. So look at this 30-minute candle as well. You see the momentum at this point now. The way this is starting to engulf everything to the left, you would want to see some sort of rejection starting to play out from like 79. Otherwise, we're pushing all the way to the top side now. The bottom wick has been formed, honestly. We have the bottom wick at this point as well. We've got another 5 minutes left as well for the CPI, so let's just see how it plays out. Because it's tapping into this pullback area now. You would not want to see price starting to break the lows at this point now. So the lows are all the way down there. So you want to see these lows being respected at this point now. And this area over here being turned into some sort of support. But again, this is potentially a pullback area. So now you want to see these highs over here being violated again. And then these highs over here being turned into some sort of support to start pushing all the way to the top side. Okay, let's just start. Let's just get ready to execute, because we can most definitely see something nice today. I can really see these buys playing out, honestly. I think with CPI, we're going to see some sort of push either to the top side and then from here start to pull back, or we're going to start seeing some sort of momentum to the downside playing out, and then later on maybe even come all the way down, and then potentially can see the buys playing out from down there. But I don't know. To be honest, I think this area here is going to hold, and then with the CPI we're going to start breaking it and start pushing up. I can really see that playing out. Oh, my bad, not CPI. Apologies. I got confused. Unemployment claims. My bad, guys. My bad. I'm really excited for CPI, so that's the only thing on my mind, because tomorrow I'm looking to do some damage. My bad. Apologies, guys. CPI is not today. I know what is today, guys. My bad. Got it mixed up. Go back to the start of the stream. I didn't say CPI. Okay, there we go. Starting to again see pullbacks now from this area. As I mentioned, again, you don't want to see this candle being turned into some sort of engulfing bullish candle, but this is just sustainable price action. It's forming higher highs and higher lows. So you can potentially see some sort of pullback now to form that next leg back up. So that can be coming up as well, most definitely. And with CPI, if I can see that bottom wick being formed, potentially down to even 73 from there, see momentum to the top side, I'll look to take it up. Because it will depend where the momentum is. That's where the price will go. But so far, this area here now is being respected, because we were expecting some sort of pullbacks, right? Because as I said, look, 4 hour has just been dropping, like literally dropping. So now you're expecting pullbacks. But again, it's not as simple as just capitalizing on a sell position now because you saw some sort of momentum kick into the downside. Look at the structure. You're forming higher highs, higher lows. Until you start breaking below this, technically it's not a pullback just yet, unless you start breaking below this. At that point, you're starting to form a new low and starting to reject off of this area, and then you can potentially look to capitalize on a sell position. Until then, this is just higher highs and higher lows. This is just a pullback because you've tapped into a significant area where a lot of sell orders are, and you're going to start pushing back up to basically start forming a new high. So until we start breaking below structure lows, it says nothing, literally nothing. At that point, you're just predicting rather than reacting. We're going to react to the markets. Got another 2 minutes left for UC, and let's see what UC does. I'm going to call it UC. On employment claims, we're going to call it UC. What's happening, Paul? How are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm just watching GJ right now. I took a trade on it.
I thought you stopped trading GJ.
Yeah, the opportunity was there.
This guy goes to me, bro. You know what? This is it. I'm not trading GJ no more until like Feb. I told you, bro. Do this. Look what I've done. Just delete all the charts, so you just don't look at the charts. Because, bro, if you look at the charts, you're always gonna see the possibilities. I'm telling you, like, possibilities will be there every single day. Honestly, just delete the charts, man. Just focus on gold.
Let me just get these 4 pips and I'll delete it.
You started the stage 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Okay, another minute left now. Let's see what happens. Again, look, at this point now, you formed the highs as well as the lows. This is technically just a pullback to start forming new higher highs now. So with this 30-minute open now, you want to see some sort of a pullback. And you want to see some sort of bottom wick being formed. You want to see these lows over here being respected. If we start breaking below these lows, then you're coming down for liquidity, which is all the way below 72. So let's just see how it plays out now. But now if you start to see a lot of momentum kick into the top side, I can really see the bias playing out. But from here, below these lows, I can see sales playing out as well. So let's just see how it plays out, honestly. Might look to take a tiny position as well. Like little impulsive entry below this. If the momentum is there, it depends. Because this can very easily start turning into that pullback area now. But if not, we'll come in all the way down as well, potentially to 72 and start breaking below that. 69 can be achievable. You guys go understand? It can be achievable. Okay, look, at this point now, attempting to form an upper wick is just not happening. You're starting to basically retest the lows of the structure. At this point now, you want to see a massive engulfing bullish candle. But if this candle starts breaking its own lows again, we're coming down basically. Yeah, we're pretty much coming down. And I might be looking to take a sell position there and kind of like make it risk free as soon as we start to tap 72. Because at that point, technically, you're coming down for liquidity, right? And I'm going to look to capitalize on that move to the downside as well. If it starts breaking its own lows again, but you want to see that it breaks its own lows with momentum. If this candle now turns into some sort of undecisive candle and then the next one starts to engulf everything to the left, to the top side, then you're going to potentially come up to form those upper wicks, and then it's going to be really aggressive, the upper wick as well. You can see the lows are still being respected. So now let's see what the next candle does at this point. Now this minute candle is coming up potentially to retest, and now let's see the next candle. We'll see what the next candle does at this point now. Honestly, if it does start to break the lows again with the momentum, you can really see some sort of push to the downside. Now I'm going to look to capitalize on that as well. Otherwise, this can just be that bottom wick done now, and you can start pushing up. But if there is a lot of like selling pressure in the markets, you should not even come up to form an upper wick. You should just start breaking the lows and start pushing down and start coming down for liquidity. So if I can see a position up here with like 15 pips as a stop loss, we'll look to capitalize on a sell position, make a risk free down here, and just let it do its thing after that. Because you gotta understand, if it starts breaking below this, you're gonna see a massive push down to at least like 69 as well. But right now, price is just struggling to push down, but you're not seeing any sort of momentum candles to the top side either. So just gonna have to sit on our hands, and let's just see what happens. Let's just wait for price to give us something. Right now, we've literally had a push to the downside. There we go. You're starting to see a momentum candle to the top side now. Again, I would want to see this candle starting to either break these highs. If it starts breaking above this, at that point, we can potentially expect a massive push to the top side. Yeah, this candle is starting to look good now, honestly. If it pulls back again and starts breaking its own highs, I'm going to look to take one position here. And because you're still respecting the lows, price has attempted to break below 1, 2, 3 candles. And now the fourth one is pushing all the way to the top side. What's the next thing is going to do if it starts breaking the highs again? It's potentially coming up to form an upper wick, and then from there go up. So honestly, I'm going to look to capitalize on this position here, buy position, if it gives me another push to the top side. Let's see now. Let's see what this next candle does at this point now. If this candle does start to drop, at that point, yeah, this is going to become your fake out candle to start pushing down. Otherwise, if it just does a little pullback down to 7.5 and from there starts breaking the highs of the previous minute candle, we're coming up to form the upper wick. So this candle here is crucial. I want to look to capitalize on a position if it starts breaking the highs over here now. Because again, if this candle wants to push up, it's going to start respecting these lows over here and start pushing up. It's just going to come down to form a bottom wick, at least down to 7.75. From there, if it starts pushing up, I'm in this position, this buy position here. Because at that point, you're coming up, coming all the way up. You're going to start breaking these highs over here. and from there you're going to start forming an upper wick, potentially come up to retest the highs of the structure. So let's just see what happens. Or as I said, if there is a lot of selling pressure, you're not even going to break the highs, you're just going to start pushing down. So over here now, let's see how this candle ends up printing, because if it closes like this and then the next one starts breaking its own highs or coming up. Look at this candle now, it's got a lot of momentum as well. I'm going to look to take a position if it starts breaking the highs with some sort of momentum. So I want to see a lot of momentum kick in. Otherwise, I don't want to get stuck in any sort of consolidation. So this became your pullback candle at this point now. Next one starts breaking the highs or coming up to form the upper wick on the 30-minute candle. Okay, break those highs again. Let's go. You know what, I'm in one position here now, guys. Let's see how it plays out. I'm going to look to take more positions above there as well, but I'm going to take one position here, keep stop loss below this. A little bit tricky right now to take another position just yet, but let's see how this plays out. Should be good to go, because let's look at the 30-minute as well. It depends now. You're going to form the upper wick. After that, you want to see if there is still momentum to the top side. At that point, you're coming up, because it might just form the upper wick and then start dropping. So you want to be extra careful. But honestly, this should start working out, because you had news event there as well. Potentially, you did try breaking down a lot. There was just no selling pressure whatsoever down here. So either price is coming up here to collect some more orders to start pushing down, or we're just going to start forming support here and start pushing up, start forming higher highs and higher lows. But as I said, it becomes a bit tricky, because right now there is no upper wick either. So it might just form the upper wick, come up to retest this, collect some more orders, and then come down for liquidity, and then from there we can see the buyers playing out. But let's just see what happens. Let's look at the minute structure at this point as well. Look at that. This is the next area that you are looking for. You want to see how price reacts around this area, because you can still see a lot of momentum kick into the downside from here. So still want to be super careful right now. Once we have the upper wick, at that point we can look to see, okay, cool. Then it's going to make more sense to kind of like go in with a bigger position. So I really want to see the upper wick being formed first. But I can really see the buyers playing out from here as well. But let's just see what happens. I want to see the upper wick first. And then after the upper wick, I want to see what sort of momentum there is. Who's in control, the sellers or the buyers, after the upper wick. Once the price action is a little bit more sustainable, then I want to see who's in control. Until then, you can just start pushing down, you can start pushing up, anything can happen. So let's just see what happens. Maybe something like this can play out as well, some position up here, keeping stops down here, and then just let it ride up here. 1-to-1 can get secured. But let's just wait. Got another 3 minutes left for the new 5-minute open. Hopefully with that we can see some more momentum kicking in. There we go. Let's create the upper wick now. Let's just mark the upper wick as well. Let's look at that on the minute structure. Okay, this is the upper wick at this point now. We start breaking above this, we're forming a new high on the 30 minutes, right? You're forming a new upper wick. At that point, you're looking to see with the who's in control, either the buyers or the sellers. Because as soon as you have an upper wick, this is the price action is sustainable, and then you're going to see the actual move. So let's see what happens. Honestly, it could be any minute now. You can literally just see price starting to explode all the way to the top side. From there, start to pull back and then start turning this area here into some sort of support to start pushing up. Or this area can still hold as a resistance and you can start pushing down as well. Bro, how to listen to your podcast? Oh, we didn't do the podcast. I was meant to do it with Ange, our team member, but she got a little bit ill yesterday, so we didn't do it yesterday. We're gonna do the podcast soon though. It's gonna be really interesting. Like, I'll bring some special guests as well. Yeah, I've got something planned. Honestly, it's gonna be a really exciting podcast. So again, look at your daily candle, the way it's starting to reject now. Look at the 4-hour, look at the 30 minutes, look at everything. Some sort of pullbacks are expected. So I really want to see gold pushing up now. At least up to 81. From there, our 1-to-1s are gonna get hit anyway. So I can really see us pushing up to 81, maybe sales playing out later, but gold needs to push up a little bit now. It needs to start pushing up now. This is that double bottom being formed in the 30 minutes at this point as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think from here, honestly, now we're going to see a nice push to the top side as soon as we start breaking above these structure highs in the minute time frame and start forming the upper wick. We're going to really see a massive explosive push all the way to the top side, 779. From there, potentially see a pullback, start turning this area down here into some sort of support, and then from there just start forming higher highs and higher lows. And once we turn 779 into some sort of support, then you're going to see a really nice push all the way up to 81. And before 81, like, most of your TPs should be here anyway. At this point now, you guys can see there is just not enough momentum in the market. So this is the new 5-minute open. As I said, with the new 5-minute open, potentially you will form the upper wick now. And look at that, you're starting to form the upper wick. Look at the previous 5-minute candle as well. Does not have any sort of wicks. So even if this does start to push down a little bit, I would not be concerned. But this candle here now can start either pushing up or start pushing down. This candle here is going to do something now because we've formed a little bit of an upper wick now, tiny bit of an upper wick on the 30 minutes at this point now. We've formed new highs as well. So again, you're forming higher highs, higher lows. You start turning this into some sort of support. You're going to see explosive push all the way up to the structure highs. So look at this now. You've broken above at this point now. This candle needs to come down, potentially retest some sort of support levels here, and then from there see explosive push, or just start pushing down. So look, double bottom being formed. Some sort of correction is required in the markets as well. So I think now buyers will play out nicely. In my opinion, buyers are going to play out really nicely now. Look at that, starting to push up at this point as well. I'm up about like 12 pips right now on this position. You guys can see right there, 12 pips. But let's see if we can execute on another position right now. I want to see some sort of, obviously, let me just take this out, man. Again, let's look at the 30 minutes now. At this point, you have an upper wick. Let's just mark the upper wick again. You're forming higher highs and higher lows. At this point, as I said, sells can play out as well because the price action is more sustainable. So now, in order for us to see sales playing out, what do we need to do? We need to start breaking below this. First, we need to start clearing this area, so you know that there are buyers sitting down here. So you would want to see this area here being cleared with a lot of momentum, So you want to see a massive engulfing bearish candle, starting to engulf everything to the left. At that point, you want to see this area here being turned into some sort of resistance. And then next thing you want to see is these lows over here being broken. Until then, the probability is to the top side. Right now, you're forming higher highs, higher lows. And now, as soon as we start breaking above this, guess what you're doing? You're forming a new leg back up. This becomes your pullback. As I said, with CPI, we can get that. Not CPI again. Not CPI, my bad. You're going to get the pullback, the leg down, and then from there, you're going to form that leg back up. So you guys can see now a lot of momentum to the top side is kicking in. You're coming up to the structure highs as well. And as soon as you start breaking above the structure highs, you're going to see a really nice push up to at least like 81. I think 81 will get hit as soon as we start breaking above these structure highs. But now look, you're expecting pullbacks again from structure highs. Look, how do we mark up pullbacks? Look, this is your next pullback area now. As soon as price starts to tap into 1778.89, from there we can expect some pullbacks. But as soon as you start clearing that, you're going straight to the TP. So you guys can see about 12 pips up at this point now. 12 pips up. So for most of you guys, profits should be secured, positions should be risk-free at this point now. Now the pullback area up here is being approached. I'm up about 15 pips on this position right now. Looking forward to your podcast. Yeah, it will be really exciting, honestly, really exciting. We're going to do something great, guys, with the podcast. Trust me, it's going to be really exciting. We're going to discuss a lot of things as well, like a lot of things, like literally just like in general, like we're going to talk about the whole lifestyle, like what you need to do in order to actually like become a profitable trader. It's not just the charts or like, you know, your fundamental knowledge. Like you need to actually tweak your whole lifestyle in order to have your psychology in right sort of state, if that makes sense. So we're going to talk about everything in like a lot of detail as well. We're actually going to do this on a live stream, so you guys can literally ask us live questions. And yeah, it will be something really amazing. And I'll bring a special guest as well, someone that's been in the industry for a long time and they're trading like, you know, millions in capitals, if that makes sense. So I'll bring someone like that as well. I have someone. And then we can do the same thing for crypto as well. I know some people who are like deep into crypto, like they're trading with a lot of capital when it comes to crypto investment trading. They do all of that. So let's see. So at this point, look again, this area here being turned into some sort of support. You start breaking above these highs, you're coming up to the structure highs. So as structure highs, you're going to see another pullback because it is expected. This is December. You're not going to see any sort of craziness happening. So you're going to see a lot of pullbacks. So at this point now, honestly, if you really do trust your analysis, you should not be making your trades risk-free. Like literally as soon as you see a couple pips in profits, you should be willing to go into drawdown, and you should be willing to actually accept a loss as well, especially like around this time. Otherwise you should not be trading gold anymore. If you're just looking to see those quick moves, as soon as you're in a position you want to make a risk-free straight away, should come back around Feb. Around this time you're probably going to be in profit for some time, and then you're going to probably go into a drawdown for more time, and then you're going to come back to profits, go back to drawdown, and then maybe around like, let's say NYSE, your TP might get hit, or you might just get stopped out. You're the whole day you're holding your trades and end up like getting stopped out, literally something like that you can expect now around this month. So if that's going to play around with you, don't trade around this month. You have to be really strong psychology wise to be trading in December, and especially like next month as well is going to be the same. December and Jan is going to be the same. So look again, you're starting to see the pullback now. You can just start seeing sales playing out as well at this point now. So another thing you guys should be doing is, honestly, see 10 pips now, just start securing, secure 50%, secure something, because now anytime you see profits around this month, that's amazing. Especially you guys saw I was up like what, 15-16 pips. That's insane. That's a lot for this month, honestly, a lot. Even like with one lot, that's a lot, man. That's like $150 you've made in December, literally, with a standard lot, which is like baby stuff, one lot. If you go get funded and you're trading with like 10 lots, that's not a lot of money. It's different game. Like you're not going to be making that at your 9 to 5. So again, just be grateful and start to secure. So now look at this point now, looking at the structure once again, as I said, you can potentially start coming down here, grab some more orders, because at this point you got to understand price is going to come down. You're going to see a lot of pullbacks because a lot of time it needs to come down, grab some orders, wait for a volatile session, and then make that move up. So look, the next volatile session will be your new 4-hour open. That's when you're going to see more volatility kick in, and now gold is potentially going to come down to grab some more orders, wait for the new 4-hour, and then the new 4-hour open is going to give you that next leg back up, because it has pushed up a lot now. First it pushed down, and now it's pushed all the way back up as well, about 40 pips. So now it's going to start to retrace again, and then potentially push back up if it wants to push back up. So let's just see what happens. Another couple minutes left for the new 4-hour open. Being Roger Banks, I'm being Roger Banks. Yeah, man, I look up to Roger Banks, so that's a good thing. If you guys think I'm like Roger Banks, that's amazing. You know what, I do want to invite Roger Banks to our live streams, but not now, like maybe around Feb, when the momentum comes back into the markets, and we're going to be trading big capital as well. I'm expecting, honestly, I'm going to be trading really big capital on live streams. I've got like a lot of big plans coming up for these live streams. So from Feb, big things coming up. Look at this now, again pullback, and you see momentum kick into the top side. And now next area is over here. Look, as soon as you start clearing these highs and start forming new highs at this point now, probability to the top side just starts to increase once again. And as soon as you start breaking above these structure highs, like the probability is just skyrocketing to the top side, and the probability to the downside is starting to go down, because we are scalpers, and the probability that we are looking for is going to be different from someone who is a swing trader. Their probabilities are different. So it's a game of probability. You just got to see where the probability is. When the probability is on your side, just take a trade, execute without any sort of hesitation. Because you got to understand, when you're scalping, you're literally looking to catch quick moves. You're making a risk-free really quickly. And so you don't need to actually like go on a monthly time frame to look for those probabilities. Just you can find them on a minute time frame. So simple. Now again, you start breaking above this, that's more probability to the top side. You start breaking below this, probability goes down. So simple. So if you're in a buy position, start breaking above this, guess what? That should give you more confidence to hold. You start breaking below this, now you're looking to say, okay, cool, at this point now you're starting to break below this. So now again, what's in the equation? Is it the new 4-hour open? If you start breaking below this with the new 4-hour open, you know it's pretty much just forming your bottom wick. But again, there is a chance that you can get wicked out. So still start breaking below this, probability goes down. Start breaking above this, probability goes up. It's so simple. So simple. So right now, where is the probability? Well, the probability is to the top side. Why is it to the top side? Look, you're starting to break above structure highs. You have literally structure highs up here, you have structure highs up here, you're starting to break above them. You're forming high highs, high lows. And as soon as you start breaking above this, I think we'll come in all the way up to 81, in my opinion. And I think you're going to see buys playing out now as well. We can probably see sells playing out, but later now. Need to see some sort of correction, at least up to 81. Again, not much volatility in the market, and it might just want to first come down to grab liquidity, start dropping down, start breaking all these lows, and then after start to push up. That's why you have probabilities. So when the probability is stacked in your favor, makes sense to hold. If the probability starts to die down because you're starting to see structures being violated and other things as well, at that point you can start taking out your positions. It's so simple. You can start to manage risk. Risk management is what makes you profitable. There is no secret sauce. It's all about risk management. If you're really good at risk management, you can be really profitable. The more you do, the better you get as well. It's just like you have to practice. That's why you should always be managing your risk. Always. But don't overdo it. There was a time where I was overdoing risk management as well. I was like, if it goes down, I'm going to cut half. If it goes down, I'm going to cut another half. At that point, you're just kind of like taking it away from your trade. You need to let your trades play out, but again, still look to manage risk. So for me, I don't even have 1% risk running on this trade at the moment. So am I going to take off some risk when it starts breaking below this? Probably not. I'm going to let my whole stop loss get hit because it's only about 0.5%. But now let's say if this was a 2% risk position and it starts breaking below this, guess what? I can take off 1% and I can start to lower down risk. So it really depends on what your comfort levels are. With 0.5%, I can really easily let my whole stop loss get hit because it's not really going to affect me. But if it was now 2%, let's say on a 200k account, that's a lot now. That's about 4,000. I would not want to see a whole 4k loss, if that makes sense. I would want to see something lower than 4k, so that way I'll manage my risk. I can potentially, if I start chopping my position down, I can end up taking half the risk, literally about 2.5k, 2.6k, depends how I do it. But that's the thing, man. What's this VOIFYI? People are saying this again and again. Good, brother, glad to have you back, guys. We're back. We're better than ever. Honestly, just wait on it, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of big things are coming. I'm really excited. Not exciting. I am exciting as well, but excited. I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes. A lot of things. Even yesterday, I was working on so many things. I'm going to be starting this community project as well. So we're gonna have like this massive account. We're gonna be like live streaming this massive account, and a lot of people can like contribute to that as well. I'll tell you guys more details about that in the future because we're gonna start that from like Feb, not anytime soon. Because any big accounts, we're not looking to trade it around these months. These months you're just looking to basically trade your small accounts, nothing big. But from Feb we're looking to go in with like really massive accounts. So I've got a lot of big things coming up for the live streams. I'm going to be bringing a lot of guests as well, a lot of special guests as well. So a lot of exciting things coming up, guys. It's just that this month and next month is going to be the work season for me to start, like, you know, getting everything in place, and then from Feb just go all in, just go crazy. Because at the moment, like, you know, this is something new to me, so this was kind of like my testing phase. I was just testing things out, and so now I kind of got taste of how things work, so now I can take it to the next level. The production's going to be crazy, everything's going to be crazy. So look, now again, another 6 minutes left for the new 4-hour open, and let's see what happens. But to be honest, as I said, you're going to see a lot of pullbacks. So as soon as you see profits, you guys should be securing around December and even January, to be honest. and then from Feb you can kind of like look to just hold your trades until your TPs get hit. But around these months, really secure your profits, man. Really secure your profits. Love your thinking and no holds bars, bro. I really do wish you the best of luck in everything you do. Smash it, man. Appreciate that, Amir, man. Appreciate that, bro. Honestly, guys, appreciate the support. We're gonna grow together, guys. Gonna grow together. All of us are gonna grow together because, again, guys, understand one thing. Trading's the way forward. It actually is the way forward. Unless like you're really passionate about a job, a lot of people just do things for money. So like if it's for money, I don't really recommend getting into trading for money. But if you're passionate about trading's the way forward. Honestly, is the way forward. You can achieve financial freedom with trading, but again, your mindset's got to be right. It's got to be in the correct place for you to actually be profitable. You can't just be coming to markets every day just for the sake of making money, because then you're just going to be taking away so many things from your trading. Like right now, if I was in the markets just to make money, every time I see 10 pips, I'm going to close the whole position. And I'm going to be like, that's it. I'm going to take another position up here, 10 pips, close it. That's not how trading is done. That's really not how trading is done. As soon as you enter a trade, before you enter a trade, you should know what your target is. You should know what your stop loss is. And then you manage your risk within that range as well, if it makes sense to manage risk. As soon as you put a stop loss, that's risk management anyway. You should not be taking, again, stop losses are irrelevant if you're going in with like 10% risk and your stop loss gets hit, you're losing 10%. So first of all, you should be under 2% risk. So let's say your stop loss gets hit, you're losing less than 2%. And then if there is a way you can manage some sort of, you can lower down some risk. When the trade is running before your stop loss gets hit, guess what? You're going to lose less than what you intended to lose as well. That's what risk management is, honestly. There's so much to trading, but once you kind of like start to understand everything, put everything together, you can really start becoming profitable. Again, profitable, I'm saying like, 10% return on investment per month. Like you can average, like you really can. So like let's say span of 10 months, you can really see 100% return on investment, because some months will give you more, some months will give you less. It's just simple as that. You're not gonna have 10% every month. That's also not sustainable. But maybe 1 month you might have 20% return on investment. That could be Feb, when all the investors, everyone's coming back, craziness is going on in the markets. If you know how to trade the markets, you can do big numbers. And then maybe around March you might not do as much, but guess what? Because you've done 20, it's all covered. Because you should have a target on annual basis. You should have a target. I don't think you should have a target on monthly basis as well. You should have like a general target, like, okay, I'm aiming for 10% roughly, but shouldn't really have a target on weekly basis, daily basis. That's how you mess up your psychology. I don't have any targets on daily basis. Just see what the markets give you and then just take it. Be happy. Because what happens is when you have a target on daily basis, you put too much pressure on yourself. Do you know why a lot of people fail these challenges? It's because of the deadline. That's why a lot of people fail these challenges. It's not because they don't know how to trade, they don't know how to manage risk. It's the psychology, because they're like, okay, I got to do something in like 10 days or 20 days. And then they start to panic, they start to over risk, they start to over trade. And all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I got 10 more days left and now I'm in a drawdown. And then they start to do the same thing again, because their judgment is, cloudy, is being clouded by the fact that they got to hit a certain target by the end of the month. Boom, that's it. They've lost the challenge. And there we go now. Again, another 2 minutes left for the new 4-hour open. You're starting to see some more momentum kick into the top side. Hopefully with the new 4-hour open, we can start forming a new leg up. That's what I'm expecting with the new 4-hour open. You're going to see some consolidation now. And hopefully with the new 4-hour open, we can start pulling back a little bit, start to respect 775. And then from there, start to push up. So we're just going to have to sit now and see how it plays out. But yeah, honestly, like, that's why a lot of people fail these challenges as well, because they're going in with a mindset of like, oh, this is 100K, like $10,000. I'm going to make $10,000 every month. That's not the sort of mindset you should be going in with, first of all. You should just be looking the challenge as a number. Like, you shouldn't be associating money with the challenge either. It should just be like, You should be focused on your trading. That's why one thing I do is on my MetaTrader 5, I hide any sort of fluctuations. So again, going into a trade, I know how much I'm risking, and so I know obviously when my stop loss gets hit, I'm going to lose that much. So you need to know that much, obviously. But I don't look at the fluctuations when I'm in profits or drawdown. I don't see minus like, you know, $200-300 or plus $200-300 again. That can trigger some emotions in me. Greed is one of them. I can be like, oh man, I'm like $10 away from my TP being hit. Let's just close everything. That's an example, right? I've done that actually. Previously, I was like, maybe let's say $50 away from my TP being hit, and I closed everything because I was looking at the fluctuations. And then, man, if I held, I could have made way more. So things like that really do affect. So you have to see what works for you. You have to see what the triggers are. So again, now this is the new 4-hour open. Let's look at the upper wick as well as the bottom wick. Look, has a little bit of a bottom wick now. It's attempting to form an upper wick, but in my opinion, if we start breaking above these structural highs over here, I think we're going to see a nice push up to at least 779. From there, potentially come down, have a pullback, and then from there just start to explode. And this 4-hour candle over here now might just start to engulf everything to the left, because look at the daily time frame. This is potentially you just forming the bottom wick, because look at the rejection as well. So as I said, if we start breaking above this, you're going to start seeing a massive push to the top side. So this area here becomes really crucial now. Either from here, you're going to see again lows being retested, potentially lows being broken, and then sells playing out to grab some liquidity, and then buys playing out later from 6-9 if the buyers do want to play out. Otherwise, even sells can play out. So it really depends now how price wants to play out, because at the moment 4-hour got to come down a little bit more, form a bottom wick, some sort of sustainable bottom wick, so potentially down to 775. I would like it to come down to at least 775, and then from there start to reject. So it's attempting to break below 776 at this point now. As soon as we start breaking below that, we're coming down to 775, and then from there we're expecting some sort of rejections, because you're tapping into this support area as well on the 4-hour. But if there is not a lot of volume in the market, it might just start pushing up from here. It might just start using these structural lows over here as a bottom wick. You guys can see we're tapping into these structural lows now. Previously, it was held as a resistance level as well. There are a lot of orders at this level, so it might just start using this level as a level to start pushing up as well if there is not a lot of momentum in the markets. So let's see what happens. But I think it can come down a little bit more, potentially down to at least 775, or even down to, if it breaks 775, then 774 can be seen, and start breaking below that. Again, as I said, you start breaking below these levels, the probability starts to go down that your position is going to work out if you're in a buy position and you're still holding and you haven't secured anything. So it's just a game of probabilities. Right now, the probabilities to the top side. Hey guys, we got 35 watching. Hit the likes. Yes, hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. Let's see if we can hit 30 likes, because tomorrow is going to be a really volatile day. So yeah, let's see if we can hit 30 likes, and then maybe tomorrow we can see 100 pips. Again, look at the momentum. Momentum was to the downside after forming the upper wick. It had to come down to form a bottom wick now. So it has no business breaking its own highs as well in the 4-hour. Just keep that in your mind, guys. So if we start breaking above this 4-hour wick, that's more probability to the top side. So this should just start forming lower lows and lower highs now. It should not be breaking above this to potentially come down to form a sustainable bottom wick to start pushing up. But as soon as you start breaking above 4-hour highs, there's more probability to the top side. Again, it's a game of probability. You gotta see, when you're in a trade, how can you gain more confidence? So this is how I gain confidence. I'm like, okay, is the probability in my favor at the moment, or is it against me? Right now, I know the probability is in my favor. Look at the previous candles. Look at the way the candles are closing. Double bottom has been formed on the 30-minute time frame at this point as well. But I do understand there's a game of probabilities, and the probability right now is in my favor. Maybe next minute it might not be in my favor, so I need to be, I need to react to that. Always need to react to the markets. Markets can always change. Next second, markets can start to drop. You never know. It can start to push up. You have to always be ready for anything, because you can't predict the markets. So simple. That's one thing you start to realize when you have been trading for so long, that you can't predict the markets. Like your analysis, yeah, your analysis can always play out. Like, you know, sometimes I think with analysis, 90% of the time my analysis play out. Like those 10% is the days I'm having, like, you know, off day, maybe I've not had enough sleep or whatever it is. But usually when I'm in the right state of mind, my analysis play out. They're really accurate. But doesn't mean because my analysis are playing out, my trades play out as well. That's not how it works. That's a different ball game now. But when you can merge it all together, then again probability goes in your favor. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I know what my analyses are, and I'm just merging it all together with my trade at this point now. So I know right now, analysis wise, the probability is to the top side, but more probability will come into play if we start breaking above these structure highs, because this is at the moment, you know, you're starting to form low lows and low highs below this area, and as I said, this can be that turning point area. We can just come up to retest this and, you know, form some sort of pullback and start forming low lows and low highs. But again, look at that. As soon as you had a rejection from here, price came down to the same exact area. And then from the same exact area, you had so much momentum to the top side. So this just tells me now, price is trying to come up at this point now, have some sort of a deeper pullback on the bigger time frame, so maybe up to 81, and then from there come down for the liquidity. So at the moment, analysis wise, so far so good. Buys look really good so far. What's happening right now is 4 hour is forming a bottom wick, simple as that, and there is just not a lot of volume in the market, so it's just really slow, which is also expected. So everything is just playing out nicely so far. But now let's say if you was to see an engulfing bearish candle just starting to break everything to the left, then I'll be a little bit concerned, to be honest. Until then, it's just normal sustainable price action. Even if it starts breaking below these, I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind, because look where the lows are on the 30-minute candle, all the way down there. But it will be nice to see some sort of rejection off of this support area to potentially start breaking these highs again, to start forming new highs. That's what I'm looking for. If it doesn't happen now, it's probably going to happen around NYSE. But as I said, you guys are going to probably see a lot of this now. You're going to be in a position for a really long time, go into a lot of profits, and then you're going to go into drawdown again, and then maybe might even get stopped up, because again, the trade is still running. Your TP has not been hit, so the target's not being hit, and the stop loss has not been hit. So until then, your trade is still running. It's not a winning trade, and it's not a losing trade until you make it risk-free. If you make it risk-free and you've secured profits, then at that point it becomes a winning trade. But until then, your trade is just still open, it's still running. Anything can happen. Doesn't mean just because it's in profits, it's going to go straight to your target. But that's why I said start securing profits as soon as it goes up in profits. We saw about 15 pips, 16 pips profits. Really nice. But this also gives us an opportunity to scale into this position if we see some more probability start to stack up in our favor. So look at the structure right now. You're starting to have some sort of consolidation. Why are we consolidating? Because there is just not enough volume in the market to start breaking out. So the breakout's going to be either to the top side or the downside. So whatever comes first, that's where the price will go. Again, look at the 4 hour now. It's struggling to form new low lows and low highs, because right now what it's doing is it's forming a new bottom wick, right? So now if it starts to reject and starts to go bullish again, starts to flip, starts breaking above this, at that point you can again say, cool, now these buys are really looking nice at this point now, because there's more probability to the top side. You always have to look for, let's say if it's like the new minute, you're starting to see, okay, cool now. Let's say like half an hour ago, right? If we broke above this, then the probability was in our favor. At this point, this structure here becomes irrelevant. We're looking for the recent structure at this point. So now look, what you're doing is you're breaking below this structure, right? And now next structure is all the way down there. So at this point now, the structure lows have been broken because of the 4 hour. So if it starts breaking below this as well, at that point the probability starts to go down. But now let's say all of a sudden you see an engulfing bullish candle starting to break above this, then again the probability starts to go back in our favor, and then again start breaking above this, more probability. So that way it starts to give you more confidence. Paul, how did your GJ trade go? Talk to me.
Oh yeah, I scalped 15 pips off that shit.
Oh, nice. 15 pips.
Mm-hmm.
Big lots.
Just a standard
What, phase 2? How much you up?
1.5.
So you gotta do 5%, right?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Guys, Paul passed his phase 1, what was it? Like within 2-3 weeks, was it not?
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. And he done it with like low risk as well. So no over risking, like in a sustainable manner. Like he could have done it in a day as well, in a day or two, but he done it in a professional manner. Applauds to anyone that does it in a professional manner, because anyone can over risk and pass the challenge. You can sometimes even get lucky and pass the challenge, but when you can kind of like do it, let's say if you was to even approach a hedge fund for a job and show them your portfolio. Let's say there's someone who's made 100k profits and he's done it in a span of 6 months and he's got a lot more data to go off of compared to someone that's done it in 2 trades. Who do you think they're going to employ? Someone that's made 100k in 2 days, or someone that's made 100k in 6 months? With, like, let's say 6 months they've taken hundreds and hundreds of trades, and then this is just 2 trades. That's not enough sample, that's not enough data to go based off. Because maybe the next 2 trades, the person that's made 100k might blow up 200k. It could be something like that. But let's say someone now that's made like 100k in 6 months. They've not done that in a month. They've not done that in 2 months. They've done that in 6 months. So now there is something that's expected for the next month. As soon as they start trading now with the hedge funds can expect something for the next month. They're like, okay, cool, we can expect something. Maybe he's going to go into this much of a drawdown, or maybe he's going to be this much profitable. So that's why it's so crucial to do whatever you're doing in a sustainable manner, in a professional manner. Again, maybe the next 4 minutes we can see the 15-minute giving us some more momentum, and then hopefully start to form new higher highs and higher lows. But I want to see this swing high over here being violated now in the next 4 minutes. Either that or start breaking these lows to start pushing down. But
Dude, the thing I'd like to add to what you're saying is when you're not over risking, that stress isn't there, dog.
Exactly.
Like that psychology, it's like it checks you. Because you could be over leveraging and stressing, dog, and then you start to lose confidence in your analysis.
Exactly. So would you say, Paul, ever since you stopped over risking, has your confidence level gone up with trading?
Yeah, dude, I trust these trades I take, the analysis.
Okay.
But I accept a loss before I do a win,
Exactly.
It's part of the game for sure. And I used to like try to get into trades, especially on GJ with like higher time frame, to try to like minimize drawdown, but drawdown is just part of the game.
Exactly. Do you know what
And
happens?
so when you're not over risking it, then you're good.
Exactly. Do you know what happens, my bro? When you're like over risking, like before going into the trade, the sort of mindset you're going in with is that this is going to be a winning trade. And then at that point, when it turns out to be a losing trade because you've over risked and you've lost so much money now, you're like all of a sudden, like, you're feeling these emotions. You're like, do you get what I'm saying? But as soon
Then you
as,
start to revenge trade.
yeah, then you start to revenge trade because you want to now make that loss back. But now,
Yeah.
before you actually go into a trade, you accept a loss. You're like, okay, I haven't even taken the trade, and now I feel like, yeah, that's it. I've accepted a loss. At that point, you're like not expecting anything. You're just letting your trade play out. But I think it's just that when you enter and you're expecting something, that's kind of what leads you to that dark sort of like road, in my opinion. Same exact thing. Yeah.
Like how you're saying that about like if you're over risking and you're just putting in your head that you're gonna win this trade.
Exactly.
Well, as soon as you start to go into drawdown with over risking, depending on what lot size you're using, you're already in your head. You see the dollar amount and you're like, oh shit.
Exactly. Do you know it's the same thing, right? Like kind of like associating trading with money. That's kind of what really, really messes you up. So again, if you kind of like just play based off the percentage, like low risk, about 0.5% to 1%, and then you just let your trades play out. At that point, you're like, okay, cool. I've taken a loss today, but I only lost like 0.5%. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. If I
Yeah,
win a trade tomorrow,
absolutely.
I'll make more than that. Like if I
I'd
was,
rather do that than
yeah,
try to risk 3%
and actually
and
win.
the next following day even
Yeah,
mess up my psychology even more because I'm just
exactly.
trying to get back to the initial balance or whatever.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to actually not over risk, man. It's
Trust
like
me, guys, I've
probably,
blown plenty of accounts
oh
over
man.
risking, thinking I was gonna get lucky. But these markets literally don't give a shit about you. They don't.
They
They
don't care
send
about
you, they
anyone.
don't send you no thank you note. They send you your daily summary, dog, that you
That's
took
it.
a trade. And
That's
that's
it.
it.
That's it. Do you know what it
And
is?
thank you
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
business.
As a trader, you always have to kind of like battle your inner demons. That's the hardest thing. Like you guys can, let's say, you can always like battle other people. Like that's easy, in my opinion. Like kind of like battling other people is easier than battling your inner demons because you first of all you have to get rid of your ego, you have to get rid of everything about yourself, your pride, and you kind of have to have this growth sort of mindset. You're like, okay, cool, if I want to grow as a person, I will take L's, I will take losses, I will not always win, because if you were to always win, how are you going to learn? It's impossible. Like the only reason I learn is because of the losses I take, the mistakes that I make. So again, a wise man learns from his mistakes. They don't repeat the same mistakes a million times. They might repeat again or twice, maybe three times, but they're not going to repeat the same mistake a million times. At that point, you're just not learning from your mistakes. You're just being, you know, stupid. Let's be honest, and repeating the same mistake again and again and again. That's again different. But
Yeah,
honestly,
what you saying about like your demons and your ego, you
yeah.
really just got to go take a deep look in the mirror, dog, and ask yourself like why you really doing this? Because if you're really doing this for the money and you're not really passionate about it, then this may not be for you.
Exactly, because again, as I said, look, at this point we're in this trade. It was in a lot of profits, and I said like later on it might just start to consolidate, a lot of pullbacks, and might push up, might not push down, might stop here. But this is the trade I took, and before taking the trade, I accepted a loss. So now, if this plays out, amazing. Again, I did take the trade
Amazing.
because the probability was in my favor. I didn't just take it out of nowhere. So now, am I getting angry that I was in profit and now I was in a drawdown and now I'm back to profits? No, it's just I'm letting the trade play out. It's just simple. It's just the trade that I took, and now I have a target for the trade, and I have a loss. I have a stop loss for the trade, and now I'm gonna either let my target get hit or my stop loss. I'm not gonna do anything else right now because I know how to trade. I know what's happening. I know the 4 hour has formed a bottom wick, and now at this point, now as soon as it starts breaking above these highs, it's gonna go up. It's so simple. But a lot of people will start to kind of like, at this point, start to kind of like get anxiety. They're like, oh, I was in profits, man. I'm going into drawdown now. Oh, I'm down like this much, that much. I don't even look at the money. Honestly, I don't even look at the fluctuations of numbers. The only thing I really look at is pips. That's because of magic keys as well. That's not something. I don't think you can hide the pip counter, can you? Maybe you might be able to, but honestly, it doesn't really affect me. The pip counter does not affect me because I know pips are really not relevant to my trading. Because again, I'm not going in with like a set lot every single day. Every day, my stop losses are different, my risk is different, so pips are really just not relevant whatsoever. So, what would you say, Paul? What helped you a lot, man, when it comes to like trading?
Honestly, a trading plan. Like you
Mm.
really got to sit down and write this shit down. Like you can't just have it in your head and say I'm only going to take 2, 3 trades a day or whatever. I'm only going to risk so much. I'm only going to trade New York session. You really got to write this shit down and you got to look at it every day, put it in front of the wall where you trade or whatever.
Okay.
And you have to take it seriously, dude, because this shit ain't no joke, dude. Once you place a trade, if you're trading a live account, once you place that trade, dog, you may not get that money back.
100%. And the next day you shouldn't be trying to make a loss back either. That should just be a
No,
new day
forget
now.
about it. Move on to
Exactly.
the next day. Yeah.
Exactly. How do you think
Forget
people
about
can
it.
do that? How do you think people can do that, Paul? So let's say if someone took a
You got to start
heavy.
being honest with yourself, you know? You got to really, even if you don't like journaling a loss, journal that shit because people always asking, is there a book for this shit? There is no book. The only experience you're going to get
This,
is being
bro,
in front of
this
these
is the book.
charts.
The charts are the book. And like, just like
Yeah.
if you're reading a book in English, English is the language. This is the language
And
of the charts, the candlesticks, price action. Learn the language. This is a book. This is telling you a story. Look, the story is playing out exactly how I expected it to play out. But again, why is it taking so long? Because of December. Again, another thing in the equation. Look at the 4-hour now. It's going to go straight to the TP. So simple. I said it will play out like this. As soon as it starts breaking above this, then the next target is there. Look, and then maybe now it might not break above this and might start to consolidate again, and then NYSE we push up. Well, so simple. Look at this now. It's playing out literally to the T, is it not? Look at this, and the TP is about to get hit. 27 pips up. There you go. Look at that. That's a winning trade right there, guys. See? There you go. That's the TP hit. 30 pips up. Did I not tell you? It will play out. 32 pips up now. Look at this. Oh no, my TP got hit. I didn't move my TP. Oh no, I thought my TP was at 100 pips. Oh no, but look at this. Did I not tell you guys this will happen? Oh no, my TP got hit. Oh no, I didn't move my TP, guys. Oh snap. Why did I not do that? Oh no. I thought my TP was at 100 pips. And I thought, oh no way, my TP was here. Do you know what it is? It's because I have so many lines on this MetaTrader 5 and the TP is actually red as well, so I didn't get to see it. Oh, no way. But you know what? Again, it is what it is. At least I had a profitable day. Everything played out to the T. See, guys, that's really powerful now. And that builds more confidence now. This is not me just sitting here and saying anything. You guys saw this literally playing out to the T. Literally playing out to the T. And this is not my ego talking either. This is just my experience telling you, like, look, it works. It works. It actually works. You guys saw my TP just get hit. Did you guys see that? It went straight past the TP. Yeah, there was no volume here. I see someone saying 0 volume. Again, which was expected down here. And look at this beast now. It's just going to push straight up. Disappointing, your TP got hit. Do you know what it is? I'm not disappointed, but I thought my TP was at 100 pips. So it's just a bit of a shock sort of thing. No disappointments, man. This is a human error. You always gotta have space for human errors, right? Always. But yeah, my main TP got hit at 30 pips. I thought I did put it at 100 pips, but it is what it is, man. It was so explosive. But look, I did tell you guys this is gonna happen with the new 4-hour. It's gonna come down. It's gonna form a bottom wick. Where did I say it's gonna form a bottom wick down to? Same level, 75. Look at that. Tested the support, and now look at this beast. I said he's going to start pushing up. And now if it starts turning 1781 into support, guess what? It's going to start engulfing everything to the left, and the daily highs are going to be your target. Are they not? So simple. And make sure you guys do drop a like on the YouTube live stream though. We're giving you guys a lot of things here. Like, these are a lot of gems. Honestly, these are like gems. Not a lot of traders are going to give you these. And look at this now. This is just a beast of a candle. A beast of a candle. Do you know what? A lot of traders are not. I don't think, like, majority of you know, industry. Oh man, I don't even want to talk anymore. I can't lie, I'm kind of burning, guys. Look at this. How can my TP get hit? How? Literally, my TP was meant to be 100 pips because I knew this was gonna happen. Oh no, you know what, I'm not gonna cry again. Professional trader, guys, I can handle this. Because I've even put professional in the title now, so you know, I've got to start acting like a professional now. I mean, I am a professional, but I've got to start acting like in front of you guys. So look, at this point, as I said, where is the liquidity? Right here now. Above this, you have a lot of liquidity. As soon as you start breaking above these structure highs, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna fly to the top side. Next structure highs, maybe from there drop. You guys are gonna easily see 100 pips, man. So make sure you guys drop a like on the YouTube live stream if you guys took this with us. Drop a W in the YouTube live stream as well, guys, so I can make a little Insta video. So everyone start dropping a W, man. Start spamming a W. Start spamming a W. Let's get the live chat active. Ask us some questions. Drop a W. Start spamming a W, guys. And guys, I want to make some moderators as well on the YouTube live chat. So if you guys are here like every day consistently, just like let me know. Someone said L. How did you take a L, man? Hit my BE, then fly to the moon. Again, as I said, like, there is a reason we didn't make our trade break even today, because of the market conditions. You should be accepting a loss before you enter the trade. You making your trade break even is you kind of like, I don't want to take that loss. Unless it was like a pip or two away from your TP, then fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. That's why I didn't put my stop loss at break even. But yeah, guys, again, these sort of market conditions, we're taking crazy wins. This is an amazing move in December. Amazing move. Yeah, literally there was nothing as well. Nothing. Look, this was literally all your technicals playing out to the T, guys. This was literally your technicals playing out. But tomorrow is going to be CPI though. Quite excited for CPI. I think tomorrow we can definitely see 100 pips. What do you reckon, Paul?
I sure hope. Sure hope we get volatility.
I think we will. I think what can happen tomorrow is either we're going to see a really big drop on gold, or we're going to start coming up for the wick fills to the top side. But honestly, gold needs to drop a little bit to grab some liquidity. So let's see what happens. Whatever happens is going to be tomorrow, in my opinion. It's going to be tomorrow. Mr. Gibson Fong, why did you put L? How comes you took a loss? Were you trading against us? Were you thinking we're the 90% and you're the 10%? So did you take a sell position because we took a buy position? Is that what happened, Mr. Gibson? Why did you take a L? Talk to us, Mr. Gibson, in the YouTube live chat. Do you know what? That's actually a really profitable strategy as well. Imagine finding a live streamer, and if they always just lose, take an opposite trade. That'll get you so much profits. I took a buy as it retraced back to that 1 minute demand zone at 17.75 to the TT. Yeah, man. See, told you guys it was gonna come down here from the bottom wick on the 4 hour. So that's why it coming down to this area here until it actually started to now look. Probability would have gone down if we started to break these lows. See how the candle just ended up engulfing everything to the left. This was a classic second entry, but my entry was down here somewhere, so I didn't even need to take another entry. And look at this beast now. Everyone on the Zoom, who's there? Talk to us. Lol, talk to us, man. That's what I'm saying. Mr. Gibson Fong, why did you take a L, my friend? What happened? Talk to us so maybe we can help you out. We're here to help you guys out. So talk to us, guys. Let's be honest. How many of did you? Okay, guys. Everyone on the YouTube live chat. Did you guys have a profitable day today? Did you have a, losing day today? Like, how was it? Talk to us. Yes, I was watching that after I missed the buys from 17.74. Hey man, is that right? You didn't miss anything. You still had a profitable trade. 60 pips and running, baby. Yeah, trust me, man. This is gonna run up. This is gonna run up so much. Especially after grabbing this liquidity. Is gonna
Hey, I hope you all caught that. I caught some.
Hey, I caught some as well. Just not all of it,
Really?
unfortunately.
I've been waiting for that move to happen. Yeah, I was holding my nerve when it was going down on the 4 hour, and then it just shuts up. So.
Oh, see, again, classic example. You guys saw me and Paul. We were not in any sort of struggle emotionally because we knew what was happening. But Ange was. Ange, why is that? Were you over risking?
No, I wasn't looking at my phone the whole time. So every time I look at it,
okay, so the fluctuation.
every time I look at it, it's like, whoa, why is it so low? What do I do?
Oh.
And then I had to just retrace, like, okay, this is what price is doing. It's a potential pullback area, but the 4 hour made the bottom wick first. So we still have potential to let the analysis play out. But yeah, great catch, guys.
Yeah, really nice, honestly. But again, just secure your profits now. Call it a day, guys. Again, if you guys have any sort of questions, please do ask us. Drop a like on the YouTube live chat as well. Tomorrow is the day. I'm waiting for tomorrow now. Today is done. Not looking to take any more trades, honestly. So Paul, going back to the talk we were having about psychology. Garcia, you there?
Yeah, brother.
So, like, what was that one thing you done which helped you out a lot with your psychology, man? Like, let's say if someone's kind of like...
I did my trading plan.
Yeah.
Magic keys help for sure.
Mm-hmm.
because you can input the risk you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to tell you how much you're risking. So that's helped, just
Okay.
being truthful to myself
Mm-hmm.
and asking legitimate questions to myself about like why I really want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I was like a majority of the sheep, you know. I seen these Instagram influencers with the Lamborghini, all this nice shit, but dog, I came from nothing, man. So money in a way to me isn't nothing. You need money for sure to get places to do these things you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd rather perfect this skill. And right now, a point 0.5, like 0.5%, that's not shit, but in the long term, it's gonna pay out. Like right now, I'm learning that even more and more every day. I'm not risking that much, and I'm making back like usually over 1% back just from gold. It's so possible to, even if you're risking 0.5%, to go get a 3% day if you're gonna catch 100 pips. I mean, right
Exactly.
now, the market conditions, I mean, it is what it is. It's the end of the year, things are slowing down. But back to what we were saying about like the experience, the only way you're going to get it is by looking at these candles, remembering market structure, and just replaying this shit in your head.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I think again, like I've heard it so many times as well, like, you know, people just saying to me like, bro, like I'll give you 50K, I'll give you 100K, like can you like, you know, invest it for me in Forex? Like can you know, how can I turn it into 100K? It's like it's this sort of mindset people go into, you know, they're going into this industry with the wrong sort of mindset. Honestly, at the end of the day, guys, like, what is it like? It's not about your looks. It's not about how big you are. In this sort of like, uh, whatever you want to call it, in this sort of like, this is a craft, right? Trading is all about your mindset at the end of the day. So if you're not strong, mindset wise, it's going to be really hard for you to be strong when it comes to yourself as a trader. You're not going to be able to resist a lot of these urges, because at the end of the day, it is an urge, emotion is part of you, but you can never ever get rid of the emotions. You can just start to control them. At the start, I was an emotional wreck. That's what I was when I started trading. I was such a wreck. Man, you guys don't understand the amount of time I used to spend on charts. Like, I would trade London session, I would trade Asian session, I would trade NY session. There wasn't a session I didn't trade. I started to create my own sessions. I had a DA session. I had so many sessions. It was insane. That's how much time I was spending on the charts. I was going insane. I was going crazy. And then I was like, why is this not working out? Surely, if I'm spending so much time, this should be working out. It's like, I'm spending so much time and it's just starting to get worse and worse and worse. And then that's when you kind of like start to realize over time, when you start to actually implement good habits, you start to see the differences. Then you have something to compare. So I can make that comparison now, because I've seen the bad side of trading, I've seen the good side of trading. In my opinion, the good side of trading is not making a lot of profits, it's actually being a really, really sort of like having your emotions in control sort of trader. That's a really good trader in my opinion. I don't think someone that makes crazy amount of money is a good trader. I mean, if they do it consistently, then obviously they are doing something else to, you know, be at that level. But someone that's really, really has that control over the emotions can be really profitable, really, really profitable. Because now trading is different, man. It's not the same as it was back then. You couldn't get funded back then, unless you were working for a hedge fund or something like that. Now, literally, you can be an independent trader. You can work from your home, and you can still be funded. You can have like 2 million in capital. That's how insane trading is. Like, you can't tell me this is not the best business, especially if you came from nothing. This is the best business to be in. Even I came from nothing, so I'm telling you, this is the best business to be in, because this opens up so many doors for you. This will open up so many doors for you, but don't expect that to be, you know, first year of trading or second year of trading or third year of trading. Again, time limit. When you start to approach the end of that first year or second year, you're gonna start to panic. You're like, it's not working out. You gotta give it time. It's a process. Just let the process work out. Everyone's got their own pace. My process could be 20 years. It could be 10 years. Your process could be a year. Never know. Everyone's different. We're
You
all
know the
unique.
10,000 rule, 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah. Tell us about it, Paul. Tell us about it a little bit.
Well, they say that the 10,000 hours is like what it takes to perfect your craft. They said like to be a great chess player, it takes about 10 years. It's 10 years to put in 10,000 hours.
Exactly.
And you can't, I can't compare myself to DA or Ange or Katie, nobody. I just gotta keep doing me. And that's how you should be looking at this thing. Don't compare yourself to these influencers you see on Instagram. Honestly, hop off for social media a little bit, 30 days or something, and just look deep into your soul, dog, and discover what it is you want out of this life. Because
Trust
none of
me.
this shit promised. None of this.
Trust me, guys. Like social media is so fake. Do you know why everyone nowadays is so depressed? Anxiety levels are all-time highs because of social media, man. You're going on social media. Let's say if you're at like 20, if you're 25 years old, you see someone. He's like some kid that's 6. He's making millions, and he might be from like, I don't know. You live in like, I guess, London, and he's like all the way in India, and now all of a sudden you're comparing yourself from with this kid, and you don't even know a single thing about this kid. You don't know a single thing about India. Forget the kid, and now all of a sudden you're comparing yourself, and you feel little, and you belittle yourself now. That's why social media is such a terrible thing, man. I know so many social influencers, social media influencers, models, bodybuilders. When you meet them in person, they're not the same. I don't know how to put it, but it's not the same thing. Like, you guys don't understand how many things they do to actually enhance everything. They enhance their looks. If it's them trying to, show a rich lifestyle, they're renting a lot of things. Do you reckon like they are even the famous Forex influencers, I don't want to say any names, but do you think they're out there every single day spending 100k, 200k, buying cars every day? No, it's just a one-off thing now. They've done it, and they've done a lot of marketing as well. They show the same things again, but in a different sort of angle. So kind of like a new video can be made every day. They don't have to buy a new car every day. They can just make a new video, show a different angle, show it in a different place, and then you're gonna be like, oh, he's living his best life. But guys, trust me, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, even social media, you guys gotta get rid of it. It takes 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve mastery of complex skills in martial art. Malcolm. Yeah, Paul, you can unmute yourself. You can come join in if you're not busy.
No, that's true. You got to put in 10,000 hours. You can't just expect that you're going to be good at this shit within a year. I thought that.
Bro,
And
do you
it's
know
not
what
the
it is?
case.
Do you know what it is, bro?
This
It's
is like
the
my
social
fourth
media.
trading year, dog.
Bro, it's the social media. Honestly, it's the social media. I believe with all my heart is the social media. Because now, if people didn't have social media as a
No, it is, bro. It
as a
is.
tool to kind of like get all this information from, then guess what? They'll be getting the information from books, professional traders, hedge funds, whatever, right? And now, what are they going to be telling you? Hedge funds going to tell you, look, 5% return on investment per year is amazing. And all of a sudden you made 10% return on investment now on your account. You feel like you're something else now. But all of a sudden you go on social media, you see someone making that in a day, you're like, shit, I can do something else. I can do way better. And then again, you belittle yourself. So guys, honestly, you have to be so careful, man. On social media, you have to be super, super careful. Like, don't believe everything that you see. I don't know how old you guys are. Like, let us know in the YouTube live chat. How old are you guys? I'm hoping everyone's over 18 if you're trading. Otherwise, I don't know if you're using your dad's money or what you're doing, but hopefully everyone's over 18. Let us know, how old are you guys in the YouTube live chat? Let us know, just so I have a rough idea what sort of audience I'm talking to. Because if you guys are like in your 50s, 60s, you guys are way more wiser than I am. But if someone's around my age, okay, we got someone, he's 19. Okay, that's good.
Damn,
good.
dog. When I was 19, I was sitting in a cell.
Yeah. Bro,
Man, you got so much opportunity in life ahead of you.
Trust me, if you're 19 and you're here every single day watching our live streams, trying to bet ourselves, bro, again, I don't want to say like, you know, you'll be somewhere when you're 22, 23. Again, you're going to get to that stage, and if you're not there, you're going to be like, you're going to start to panic. You're like, I'm not here. You know what? I used to do that back then when I was young. I'm like, by the time I'm 25, I want to have $10 million in my bank account, all of that. I'm like, no, I don't do that no more. I'm like, I'm gonna just trust the process and let it play out. Because why even limit myself to $10 million? I could be sitting on 50 million. Never know. Like me, so two people are 19, someone's 22. Okay, so 22, you're basically the same age as me. Like, and then someone's 24. So a lot of people are like in their 20s. You guys gotta understand, yeah? Honestly, when you're in your 20s, you gotta understand, like, you're going through like this phase of life where you're trying to figure life out. Like, you know, you're interested in going out, you're interested in like getting girls, you're interested in being fleshy. But when you kind of come out of this phase, trust me, life is way more than just getting girls, going out to party, being flashy, driving expensive cars. Life is way more to that. Way more. There's way more to life than that. So trust me, guys. When you can kind of like start to figure everything out and kind of like relate that with your trading, you'll see so much success. I don't know why people don't talk about this, but it's pretty much all psychology when it comes to trading. Pretty much. Look now, again, there was more opportunity. I see some people saying in the chat, like, look, the sales are playing out. Oh my god. They're probably hopping on these sales, but I don't even care what's happening anymore. I just had this buy move. It played out nicely, and that's it. I'm done for the day. I lost these 2.25 minute down candlesticks because I wasn't watching the screen. Unlucky. It was even where I set entry level, but I didn't reach the entry level for like 10 reps. See, again, it is what it is. It's part of the game. You can do that tomorrow, maybe. If not tomorrow, then you can do that next week. The markets are not going nowhere. And trust me, we're trading gold. Gold is not going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure. I know a lot of people say, oh man, it's the crypto wave now, gold's gonna die down. Impossible. I don't see gold going anywhere. Maybe when I'm retired, then gold can go away, but not anytime soon. Trust me, believe me,
Yeah,
guys.
do you know like how many old heads are still in office and shit?
Exactly.
Them guys don't care about no crypto.
Yeah, gold's not going anywhere,
And
man.
we're running on their time, dog.
Yeah, we're running on their time, bro. Yeah, I don't think anything like that's gonna happen as well. But hey, yo, what's good, brother? Did you secure the gold buys? Yeah, man, we had the gold buys all the way from down there, bro. It hit my TP so quickly, man, so quickly. It was a little bit disappointing because I was trying to move my TP up to basically 100 pips, but it took me out so quickly. Secured about like 30 pips altogether. That's what happened. Unfortunately, it hit so quickly. But guys, again, everyone watching, let's go back to talking about like trading. Like, guys, I know I keep on repeating myself, but I need to kind of like drill this in your head. Trading is all about psychology. Bro, what funding program you suggest? I mean, it depends on your trading style, I guess. If you like to trade news, you can go for my Forex funds. I'm going to try my Forex funds as well. If you don't really trade news and you're sort of like a scalper and you don't mind just taking one trade a day, then you can go for FTM or swing, I guess. If you want to, I don't know, it really depends, man. Do your research. A lot of things are there. I can't just recommend a broker, just a broker or funding company. Just do your research, man. Just make sure they have that credibility factor, and then just see what works out for you, what's more suitable for you.
That's the problem, dog. People want handouts and shit without doing research.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can say, okay, cool, go for FTMO, and then maybe you go for FTMO swing now. All of a sudden, the leverage is not suitable for you. You're not comfortable with the leverage, then you're gonna be like, DA, you said FTMO, but FTMO leverage, the leverage is so low. And then you're like, okay, DA, I went for the high leverage option and now I can't trade news. They took away my account. So that's the thing. You gotta go do your research, see what works for you. I'm gonna try my Forex funds now. I'm gonna see if I like the leverage. I'm gonna see if they, give you money on, how everything works. I'm gonna obviously show you guys the whole journey as well with them. Let's see. FTMO, I've had experience with FTMO now. Again, swing account is a bit tricky to trade. Maybe if you stick to one trade a day, is all good. and maybe have, you know, some capital, they have the credibility factor, so why not? But on the daily sort of basis, the way we trade, I kind of like to keep consistent risk, and it's a bit hard with FTMO in my opinion, because let's say you're risking 1% and you've had 2 losing days in a row, it's not going to let you risk 1% again, and your 1% is going to go down as well, obviously. I'm okay for the day, honestly. I'm in 920 pips of profits, but I'm having fun here trading, so why not keep looking at the screen and waiting for the right opportunity? Hey, again, trading is such a personal thing. If that's working out for you, then good luck with that. Keep doing that. Lot of third world people from like third world countries don't know what crypto is, but they know gold. Yeah, again, if you go down to like even Asia, Africa, you'll see everyone wears gold. It's like status. That's what gold is. If you're wearing gold, it means you're high status. So trust me, everyone knows about gold. Everyone knows about metals. Like, not everyone knows about crypto. You guys go understand. Some people don't even have water to drink. You think they know about what crypto is? Come on, man. They don't know what crypto is. Took Xauusd earlier and buys just now TP in 5 minutes after the 1 hour flip. Hey, amazing, my brother, amazing. How's your phase 2 going, Nick? And Nick, we're gonna invite you over to our Zoom soon as well, bro. You're gonna talk about, you know, the challenge psychology and trying to like better yourself, because Nick is all about self-improvement as well. If you guys, you know, follow his Insta, it's quite good. It's quite good. Anyone else there on the Zoom, or is it me and just me and Garcia? Everyone else busy, I guess. How about K, the other Paul?
I'm on. I was busy for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just had something to say about the 10,000 hours
Go for it.
that develops a good habit. One way to look at it concerning trading, what I've learned over the last year is, and you were talking about it, how December is kind of slow. You want to also take into consideration that there are seasonal tendencies for trading. So if you say, for example, started trading in December and you notice there's a lot of low volume, you might have the wrong picture of trading. You might think that's how trading is all year round. But if you've traded for a whole year, you'll be able to see the different seasonal tendencies, when it moves, when the what do you call it? The pairs you trade, when they move the best, what 3 months of the year, because you'll notice in quarters there'll be different tendencies. So you can't recognize that unless you have been actually trading for that long of a time, because someone can tell you all they want about how it's slow here and it's fast here, but if you don't actually experience it, it's not the same. So it's just something to take into consideration when you're trading. Is there are season tendencies, and if you learn them, it can make you more profitable at specific times of the year and know what to expect, and not force trading when you know volume is low.
Do you reckon you can give us an example? Do you have any sort of examples, any sort of journals, anything like that?
Over the last year, I've been taking note of that. I trade Forex and the indices, and since I've been with you guys looking at gold, I'm trying to take note of that too. So I just started journaling that. But towards the end of the year, I know for indices, they kind of last longer in terms of good volume as compared to the Forex pairs. The Forex pairs, you'll notice they'll completely slow down in these end months of the year. Spreads will start widening, so it makes it kind of tricky to trade them and get, you know, large movements. So if you're a scalper and you're fine with small movements, that's okay, but then you have to consider the larger spreads, which will make it harder for you to hit your pip goals if that's what you do.
Exactly.
So yeah, so it takes time to learn this stuff, and you kind of have to see it in action for you to completely understand the movements, and not just be told about it or read it in a book. It's different watching the candles play out than just looking back at a chart and say, oh, here it moved a lot, or here it moved this way. So the candle movement is learning that and watching that and being comfortable with that is something that's really important.
Hmm. Do you know why that the same thing, he just said it right now. That's why it makes so much sense. Like, all the, influences that you have on Insta, like, but actual like real traders as well. Even Raja, look, for them, it takes about 5 years usually to become like profitable because they've gone through these market cycles again and again and again. And then at that like, fifth year or sixth year, they start to pick so many things up that you can't pick up in a year or two. Have to step away from it. Yeah, no worries. So guys, that's the thing. Experience kind of like beats everything. Exact same thing. Like that's why you really have to ask someone like, how experienced are you? Have you even been through 2 market cycles? Have you even been through 3 market cycles? After 3 market cycles, if they really do put in that work, they track every single thing that's going on, and like they really do take trading serious, they can be really profitable. And they know what to expect. Why do you reckon I know like December, January is gonna start to slow down? Because I've been through this market cycle again and again and again. And I've the first time, I think like first year trading, man, I was over risking in December. I was over risking in January. I think I've blown up so many accounts these times. And then again, because I went through the same experience again, next time I was a little bit better. This time, I didn't maybe blow up my account, but I was break even. And then next time I was profitable. I was like, okay, so this is how you become profitable around these times. So there is still a way of becoming profitable. You just have to have a different approach compared to other months, right? So honestly, experience is king, guys. Experience is king. When you have experience, you start to see so many things. That's why sticking to one pair can kind of like be so beneficial for you, because you're kind of like learning the ins and outs of that pay over years and years and years. And then no one can actually come and kind of like challenge you and say like, no, gold is not going down, gold is going up, and you're in a sell position because you have the experience. You've seen it again and again and again. You're like, okay, cool, gold's going up for you, for me it's going down because of my experience, because of my confidences, because I'm profitable. At that point you have so much confidence that nothing can shake it. Nothing can shake your confidence. And then again, you can become really profitable in this industry, in my opinion, guys. But you just have to give it time. So that's why I don't really recommend, having to become a trader full time, like, fair share. But as soon as you start to see some success and you feel like, you're starting to make more money from trading compared to your full-time job, have a buffer. Have like at least like, let's say, you should have at least like expenses covered for 6 months. You should have money in your bank account for at least 6 months. Let's say if you're not getting even a penny in, like you don't have any sort of cash flow, you're comfortable at least for 6 months. If you can do something like that, then you can kind of like, have this approach where trading can be your full-time job. And especially if you're from like a third world country, then obviously your expenses are low as well. So, if you're getting funded, and you're earning in dollars, all of a sudden like your expenses are really low because you're in a third world country, and your income is going up so much, skyrocketing. I live in London, man. The expenses are so high over here. You could be making same amount of money from trading as me being anywhere, and your expenses could be so low as well. So understand the cash flow. Great things take time. Obviously, practice makes perfect. Again, it's not as simple as practice makes perfect. The right sort of practice makes perfect. You can practice wrong things and it's not going to make you perfect. You're going to become perfect at being bad. So make sure you guys are practicing the right things as well, guys. Really simple. Really simple. Look, I could have taken the sell position as well, but I know it doesn't make sense for me to take a sell position after taking this buy position all the way from down here. All the way from down here. So I'm just sitting on my hands now, just chilling. We've got another 7 minutes left. Our session's going to end in our 7 minutes. We're just having a little chat with you guys. Kind of give you guys some tips on psychology as well. It's not always about technical analysis or fundamental analysis. It's about psychology as well. And if I can even help one person here understand what trading really is about, because most of the people that I meet, their head is in a wrong place trading wise because of the Insta influencers, the YouTube influencers. So if I can even like help one person understand what real trading is, man, I'll be a happy man. Someone said, bro, how can I join the Discord? So this is actually not Discord. This is our Zoom chat. At the moment, I'm not accepting any Zoom members, but let's say if you were to take a one-to-one session with me and I can teach you my strategy, then at that point I can offer you a spot in the Zoom session as well. But the thing is, guys, I've tried the Zoom session thing before where I was just letting a lot of people join. Unfortunately, again, because of the Insta influencers and all the other influencers, the mindset is just not correct for a lot of people. They're there when, you know, you're making a lot of profits, all of a sudden, you know, losing streaks hitting and, you know, kicking, and all of a sudden they disappear. They start to think you're a bad trader all of a sudden, and then it just puts a lot of you know, pressure on, you know, on me as well. Now all the people that I do have in my private Zoom, they're really mature. I believe I'm actually the youngest. That's the funny thing. They're really, really mature. They've been in the industry for a long time. They understand what trading is, and they don't depend on me to trade. We're just a community, if that makes sense, right? So that's the sort of people I'm actually accepting now. I'm more than happy to actually like teach you, but I kind of want you to put in the work as well and not just depend on me. Because what if I'm not there the next day? Well, you can't trade anymore because Dia is not there. But if Dia teaches you, then guess what? Even if he's not there, you can still trade. Real talk, bro. I took Xauusd because that was my second setup and it happened right after NYSC. I executed 60 pips up and 60 pips down. Yes, sir. Give a like of the YouTube stream. Give a like. Yeah, that's it, man. If that was your second setup, amazing. Well done. 2 trades a day. Check out the Funded Trader. They are having an end of year sale now, 10% off and 115% refund with coupon code. Please do your research for it. I don't know if I'm gonna go with the Funded Trader because I've heard they don't let you use magic keys. I think that's what I heard. I think K's was telling me. K and Paul told me they don't let you use magic keys.
No magic keys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go for them because, guys, this tool here really helps you with gold. Gold is such a volatile pair. You need this, man. You need this. So again, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I don't get paid to say this, but you need this, man. You actually need this. So I don't want to go for it because it's just no EAs for now. That's the thing. Yes, no EAs for now. Yeah, exactly as I said, no EAs for now. So that's the thing. I don't want to go for it. I think they said maybe in the future they'll implement EAs, but yeah, when they do that in the future, I'll be more than happy to go for them. But I think I'm gonna try my Forex funds though. I'm definitely.
I posted my I posted my trading plan on Twitter. If anybody wants to get like an idea, and don't just copy it. Don't just copy it. You know, put in your own work.
Hey, do one thing, bro. Make a post and tag me in it, and then kind of like write a caption as well saying like, you know, this is what we spoke about on the stream, this is for all the people, blah blah blah, and then I'll basically what I'll do is I'll repost it so a lot of people can just see on my story, because I have a lot of people that watch my story. A lot of people, man. A lot of people. I think 400-500 people at the moment watching my story, so I can just repost it for everyone on Insta. So guys, again, our session has come to an end now. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. You know what, we had an amazing winning day once again. Please do drop a like on the YouTube live stream. Put your Twitter handle. Yeah, go for it. So make sure you guys please do drop a like. That really does help with the algorithm. Make sure you guys keep up to date with our Instas as well. We're gonna be dropping a podcast soon, and it's gonna be live. The podcast is actually gonna be live. And guys, we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. CPI, exciting day ahead of us tomorrow. Let's see if I can also get the challenge as well, guys. If I can get my Forex fund challenge, I might start that tomorrow. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can buy it now, and then maybe I'll start that tomorrow, and with CPI we can maybe catch something. But yeah, guys, thank you guys again for tuning in. Everyone have a lovely day, lovely night wherever you guys are, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Peace.